Jaspreet, great to see you.
Good to be here. Thank you, Joe.
I appreciate you taking some time. And Tim, great to see you as well. Thank you for your time.
Likewise, Joe. Happy to be here.
I have questions for both of you, but Jaspreet, I think I'll start with you. The cloud-oriented data protection market, on the one hand, it's quite crowded. And listen, I'm a blogger. I'm not a deeply technical guy. So sometimes I'm not clear on what makes one company or one technology unique compared to another. So what does make Druva unique? What makes you stand out from the crowd in this market?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of cloud washing right now in the market. Everybody wants to be, the best friends with the cloud providers. But think of it, we don't think of cloud as just a technology or an integration. It's more a business model shift where the customer is paying for SLA, right? A durability, reliability SLA, and a fixed price point across the globe. And that can truly be delivered building truly a SaaS platform, which could really take you off the science project and really get the benefits of cloud and not worry about application durability, reliability, performance of your enterprise. It just become really, really important in this pandemic. If you notice, suddenly in COVID-19, all the discussions about private cloud and hybrid cloud are all gone, right? People truly want the public cloud experience and truly want the benefits of cloud, right? Which is what we stand behind. So we're the only player in the market at scale, which really sells a SaaS platform for data protection. Almost everybody else has a hardware strategy, co-located, hosted with somebody else, or just barely starting the grounds up.
Got it. Okay. Now, as I cover the company, you really emphasize momentum within the Fortune 500. So two-part question. How have you penetrated the Fortune 500? And then part two, are you coming down market into more of the small and mid-sized enterprise? And if so, how are you going to do that?
I think a predominant focus has been the mid-market, right? The 500 to 5K sort of a segment is a predominant focus. We do sell up market and do a really good job going up market. We have 50 of Fortune 500 as customers now, and 3 of Fortune 15. I think the digital transformation, the cloud transformation is predominantly heavy in mid-market, and it's a high velocity, sort of a repeatable business model for us to follow. There is a huge demand in upmarket, which we often get pulled into and resolve and go up. But as I said, a predominant motion is that mid-market motion. How do we go to market in mid-market? Our number one sort of go-to-market route is our channel partners, which we are 100% channel company when it comes to a go-to-market route, and specifically for the mid-market, that's a predominant route to market.
Got it.
And Joe, just to kind of add a little more for your audience too, I think absolutely the channel side, and then you think about what these partners, both kind of the regional boutiques as well as the mega multinationals, are all working with their customers on, is that digital transformation, that journey to the cloud. And particularly over the past 3 or 4 months with the reality of this situation of work from home and other things, that is accelerating dramatically for our customers, and our partners are helping us access those mid-market SMBs, as well as partners are bringing us into new Fortune 100s. That we had an opportunity there just brought to us this week. So that's the route to market is just we said is purely channel, and we're seeing a great movement led by our partners to help their customers with that digital transformation and their cloud journey.
Got it. So Tim, a follow-up question for you then on the partner strategy. These partners that are working with you, is it mainly like a reseller model where they resell it into the customer and then the partner steps away? Or is it more of a managed services model where there's a recurring revenue opportunity for the partner? Or is it a mix? I mean, do you have any type of feel for what type of mix you're seeing out there in your partner base?
Yeah, I mean, so I think interestingly, because we're a SaaS company, everything is about reoccurring revenues, or in the case of a partner, recurring margins and growth and adding on incremental services. We happen to be one of the first major IT, corporate IT workloads that a customer will adopt. And so we're seeing our partners use us as that landing spot, that point of entry for cloud, and then building on incremental cloud services or professional services on top of that. Our ecosystem of partners ranges, right? So there are traditional VAR resellers for sure, who they are reselling us like they would anything else. And then moving on to the next, where Druva is handling that SaaS management. Then we also have managed service providers, right, or outsourcers that are managing the Druva platform and that data protection landscape for that customer. So it varies, but I think one of the exciting things for partners and why we're seeing a dramatic increase of demand from partners wanting to work with us is because it's super relevant in the zeitgeist of the day. It has a ton of opportunity to help customers transform, which is what all partners are trying to ultimately to help their customers do. And then the economics of it, the financial profitability, the reoccurring margins, the net retention expansion on the economic side, which matters to partners too, is extremely lucrative.
Got it. Great. So a follow-up question for both of you from the technology side. First, in terms of how you've architected the platform, and then second, how partners can leverage that. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you're built on AWS. Does that mean you're still multi-cloud? Can partners basically protect SaaS applications that are running on multiple clouds, but they're doing it through something that's built on top of AWS? Is that how it works?
Pretty much. So we wanted to take the complexity away from data protection. You have to think about a backup software, a backup target, a storage management, tiering management, and there's 7 to 8 different sort of components, all the moving parts. To simplify it, we built a SaaS platform on top of AWS, but we have the best cloud coverage of all data protection partners. So we cover SaaS applications like Office 365, SFTC, Google. We also have the best coverage for cloud native platforms like EC2, RDS, DynamoDB, and also the hosted applications on public cloud like Oracle, SQL, Microsoft applications, right? So we build the best coverage for all these, transformative applications people are leading with in the cloud. So it's a great opportunity for a partner community to sort of lead the discussion, saying, as the customers re-architect their data footprint, their application footprint, or digitalize themselves, data protection, security are foundational to how they operate in the cloud, and we have the best coverage to make sure they are safe and protected and enabled without the complexity of understanding how to do it all in the cloud.
Got it. Okay, and then shifting that technology conversation over to Tim and the MSPs and the partners, can you tell me a little bit about, as I've covered the company, you guys have said you're purpose-built for MSPs. A lot of SaaS companies overlook that opportunity. Does this mean you basically have a multi-tenant approach so that the MSPs can manage all their customers seamlessly? I mean, what is the approach, and how did you spot the opportunity from day one?
Sure. So I think I'll loop in one part of the last question, then ties into this too. But on the AWS platform, there are a number of traditional partners that are looking to figure out how they start to work in the AWS ecosphere, right? And we're a fantastic opportunity for them to do that in a classic IT workload, and then blossom out into other things like AI and ML. Then there are the born in the cloud AWS consulting partners who were born in the time of cloud proliferation and helping customers migrate and innovate. Were equally interesting to them because it is another AWS centric workload and the services they can build around that. That also leads us into the MSP front. Yeah, I think there's a number of ways that I think Druva has been innovative, from the spotting the opportunity like Jaspreet did and as a founder, and then on some of the go-to-market motions as well. We're seeing so many customers, particularly the ones that we service most frequently, which are the mid-size and lower enterprise, wanting to focus on their core business, which is not necessarily running IT. It is manufacturing things, as providing services or quality of experience to their customers. And so being able to outsource and have a service provider manage the gamut of IT, whether that's network, storage, and obviously in our case, the data protection and governance and compliance, is really where we saw the opportunity to differentiate and bring that as another leg to either a reseller who's trying to build a secondary services, a managed services offering, or the pure plays as well, and provide that dashboard has a multi-tenancy, single pane of glass with a rich set of APIs to allow them to do what they need to do on behalf of the customer and make it an ease of doing business with us as a SaaS vendor. Got it.
Okay, so I want to do a time check for those of you. I don't know, for our viewers and attendees. I don't know when you'll be watching this. It could be years from now, but we are recording this in mid-July of 2020. And obviously the coronavirus pandemic has affected all businesses, all people worldwide. From the Druva vantage point, did you guys pivot or evolve the business as the pandemic became to take hold or impact the world, or has it been business as usual, which I doubt? What's been your approach?
I think it's been quite frankly business as usual for us. I think from a point of view that this is a defining moment for all things SaaS and cloud. As the customer's physical proximity to their data centers was keeping them away in many ways from a true transformative strategy on public cloud. For instance, as I said, almost all of our competition has to go deliver a hardware or install something or be on site. We were not impacted from work from home. Our motion evolved and improved over being able to help customers in their need of an art for digital transformation. The customers focus on digitalizing their workforce, digitalizing their data center is completely aligned with our product strategy. So as a result, we didn't miss a beat going to work from home. In fact, I think we have a huge amount of learning from it. And we had an acceleration of our revenue. While majority of our competition missed their earnings, we are actually accelerating through our performance in the last 2 quarters and looking at this quarter as well.
Got it.
And you think about, Joe, your audience, the reselling communities, the MSPs, particularly the resellers, as all this hit, they're trying to figure out how they help their customers through that. And then, and also facing things like supply chain challenges and what have you. So I agree with Jaspreet. I think this was a moment in time that some of the value prop of what we do generically with SaaS and cloud, but obviously the space we're in really resonated with our resellers to help their customers through that. And we've seen, between our fourth quarter and first quarter, and the first quarter was in the thrust of the initial COVID situation, we saw over 70% increase in new opportunities brought to us by our partners, which was an exact opposite that one would think of, right, in a global pandemic with all the compression of the situation of budgets, et cetera. So lots of opportunity for partners.
Good to hear. Now, tell me a little bit as you look ahead. I know sometimes it can be difficult to look ahead with everything going on in the world, but for the second half of 2020, what are your key priorities for the business as well as for the partner base?
I think we have many new innovations coming to market. Obviously, won't be able to discuss and disclose them right now, but we have a very busy roadmap to deliver some amazing innovation. The best is ahead of us from a product point of view. From a partnership point of view, I think we're expanding, and Tim can highlight more. We're expanding into new geos and new partnerships as we look ahead. Some are very interesting partnerships coming to table as well. So net, I think it's a great time and place for us to double down, increase focused on customer value, partner value, increasing our reach into more customers and more geos through key partnerships. So it's a lot to come to the table.
Tim,
I think one of the big focus areas for us in the partner organization, Joe, is how do we provide even richer enablement materials for our partners, right? Helping them with the business outcome selling, not the how does it work. Because a huge part of, like Jaspreet said, of our value prop to a customer is simplifying that complexity. And so helping our partners identify the core business outcomes that they can go help their customers with, and doing that in a fluid, turnkey, kit-like delivery system. So that's a big focus for ours, to build on what we have there today. And then as Jaspreet said, there are some other interesting things like the roadmap maybe that we should revisit here in the near future with you. Absolutely.
I'll keep asking the questions without a doubt in the weeks and the months to come.
Hey, maybe one more point to the same question. Sorry, I missed one point. I think you mentioned MSP. On MSP, the best is yet to come. Actually, we have a very impressive roadmap for MSP as well. It's a predominant strategy for us to go down market. So I think you'll see a lot of interesting announcements and how we integrate better, how we self-service MSP, build a self-service model for MSP is a lot better than what we have today. So a lot to come on that front as well.
Okay, well, I'll certainly be watching, and I know our readers will be, and our viewers will be watching as well. One final question for you on the financial front. You're venture backed. Will you pursue another round of funding? Are you looking for a strategic exit, perhaps in M&A, or maybe even IPO? And I know you can't make guarantees, but Can you give me any clues as to what's on the whiteboard?
I think the best outcome for Druva is obviously to be a public company. I don't personally believe majority companies should go public. Not everybody is carved out for that. But I think given the size of the market, given a transformative nature of what we're doing, given attraction, I think Druva has a very good shot and should go public. And it will thrive being a public company. With that in mind, would you pursue a strategic exit? Never say no, but that's not a desired outcome for Druva. At the same time, capital. We are at the point where we are accelerating our growth and efficiency. So could we put more fuel in the fire and raise some more capital? Possibility. All depends on how we see pandemic unfolding, how Druva grows, and this is a great time in the market to be sort of also raising private money. So TBD, to be seen. I think the fundamental focus is to solve the customer pain point and to grow the business, and we are very well capitalized for that. All other possibilities are great, and as the time evolves, we'll look at them.
Okay. Well, Jaspreet, thank you again for your time today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
And Tim, thank you as well. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Joe. Pleasure to meet you.
And we'll pause there.